Hello everyone, my name is Aida from the Athenian Maker, and this is my second Friday Sews episode where I'm going to share a bit of my sewing projects, weaving and eco-printing on paper. So let's start with what I'm wearing. This is the Jarrah sweater from Megan Nielsen. I made this pattern a few years ago, I think about 3 years ago, and I have also made another one that I was wearing in my the episode that I recorded last week with my knitting projects. So this one is view C, and I made it in size 10. I'm a 100 now I'm 104 bust, but back then I was 102, and I made size 10. I went down one size. Was it? No, I have here my notes. This is size 12. So I went down one size. So because this pattern had a lot of ease and I wanted it to be a little fitter, but you can see now that although I have gained weight, it still fits me very nice and it has good ease. So that's it. And let's go to works in progress. Now, about, I don't remember if I mentioned it here, but back in September I started Spanish, and the Spanish school that I go has a very good and rich library, and I discovered that they bring the Patrones magazine there. This one. That is the Spanish magazine, and this issue is number 439, and it has very lovely patterns in it. Let me show you. So one is this one here. Pattern that I like. Okay, this dress is also beautiful, but I'm not going to make it, but it's very good design. I like this shirt and I would like to make this. I really like the small flounces that it has and the little tie. It's very cute. Here is the graphic. And also this shirt dress, you cannot really tell from the photos because the model wears a pullover over the dress, so you cannot see the design. But this is the sketch, the little graphic of the pattern, and I really like it. Unfortunately, this does not come in my size, so I cannot make that. I could grade it, but I'm too lazy to do that. And also I like this cute little dress, but this also is not in my size range. This is for the plus size. And it is actually for bigger than me, so because I consider myself to be plus size. And when I was looking for the patterns, I saw this. The first pattern that I showed you is the one that I wanted to make immediately. I really love this waterfall effect in the neck. I have made a dress in the past from Burda magazine with the same effect, and I find it very appealing to me. I really like how it looks on me. I think it looks good in everyone. And the fabric that I'm going to use for it is fabric by Minerva. Actually, all the fabrics that I will show you today in the projects I have used are from Minerva, as part as their brand ambassador makes. And So this is the one that I'm going to make for this blouse. Sorry, my memory card was full. So the fabric is this one. It is a viscose challis. The colors are not very representative in the camera because this green is like a grass green, not at all like I see it here. In my camera it looks like mint, but it's not. It's a grass green, and it has a very good drape, and I think it's going to be perfect for this blouse. At first I wanted, when I ordered this fabric, I ordered 3 meters to make a dress with it. But then when I saw this blouse, I really wanted to make it, and I didn't have in my stash any fabric with a good drape. So I thought that it is the best to use this one. The pattern, the pattern for the front is cut on the bias, and also it is a very large pattern because you fold in the inside almost the same length as the front is. It's not exactly the same, but it's quite a big amount. And this pattern piece is very big, cut on the bias, and it's going to take a lot of fabric. I have already traced the pattern pieces, and I can tell that this will eat a lot of fabric. And I don't know if I will be able to squeeze in another project with this one, because before I had traced the patterns, and I was hoping that I can make also a shirt with this, but now I'm not sure. I have to cut that first and see what is left. It is a very interesting construction, and I was lucky to find a video on YouTube from a Spanish seamstress showing all the steps of how she made this very blouse. Because, you know, I'm learning Spanish now, but of course I cannot understand so well, so that I can get the instructions of the pattern, because I'm in a basic level. And I think that after seeing her video, I think that it would have been very difficult for me to find out how to do the construction for the waterfall, because it seems a little bit intricate, and the one that I made from Burda was very simple. You just folded it in the inside, and you treated it as it was one piece. But here I have seen in the video that she does, like, I don't know, stuff there that I wouldn't have been able to understand otherwise. And I also have to watch the video again, because it was not very clear to me how to do it. I have to watch it more carefully. And so I'm very thankful for her making this video. I'm going to add the link of her YouTube channel down below. So what else about this one? I think that's it. I hope soon I'm going to sit and sew, so that I can make this little blouse. Now about finished objects. Since last time that I talked here, that was back in October I think, I have finished 2 projects. I didn't sew much, and I made all these projects for Minerva mostly because these fabrics I had ordered before summer, and I have a problem with my post office. They don't bring parcels to your house, but they bring a notification saying that you have a parcel in the post office, and you have to go there and pick it up within 2 weeks. And if you don't go within 2 weeks, then they send another notification, and after another 2 weeks have passed, the parcel goes back in the origin country or wherever. And so these fabrics and the one that I showed to you came to Greece. I was never notified, stayed here for a month, went back to UK, and Minerva sent them back to me. And so it took a lot of time. Like, I had ordered them before summer, and I got the fabrics all together in November. So it was quite a long time. And then I had to rush a little bit. And when I say to rush with my pace, because I'm very slow. And usually it would take a lot of time to make any garment, but I had to just change a little bit my pace and do it faster so that I have the posts prepared for Minerva. So the first one that I'm going to talk to you is this sweater that is the last one that I finished, and it is the Versi sweater by Grasser Patterns. This is made in a ponte that is about 60%, 65% viscose and 35% polyester and some elastic. I don't know what is left in percentage, and the rest is elastic. It's very good, very soft fabric, and it feels very well wearing it, and it has a good stretch and for ponte and good recovery as well. And when I received this fabric, at first I wanted to make, I had in mind the cashmerette, which is the name of the wrap dress from cashmerette, Appleton, the Appleton. I ordered this wanting to make the Appleton dress from cashmerette, and I had made that twice in the past, but I wanted one in a dark color so that it is easier to wear. And after that, somehow I saw the Versi pattern by Grasser, and I was very impressed about this design. I don't have here a picture, but I will add pictures somewhere with me wearing the top and also how the design looks. It's a very beautiful design. It is a dress, and there are also there is a version to make a jumper, which I made. So 1 minute to check my notes. Yes, so I made size 52. These patterns you can buy only one size, which is very huge downside, because I really don't like having, don't feel comfortable having only one size, because I change sizes usually, even within a year. So it means like I might not, in a year from now, I might not be able to, unless I lose weight, I don't know. But anyway, I really would have loved if it was at least 3 sizes included, but anyway, that's how it is. They come in different lengths, so you can choose your height, and based on that the pattern is modified automatically. And I am 160 tall, 1 meter and 60 centimeters, but as I have a long torso, I chose to buy the 164, 170 height and size 52. I'm 104 bust, 88 waist and 116 hips. So size 52 was perfect after I made it. I really like how it looks and it fits. What I did differently is that this pattern calls for a back zipper, and I really don't understand why should there be in a stretch fabric and in a pattern with ease. It's not like super tight, but then again the fabric is stretched. Why should there be a zipper? Burda does the same over time. I have made patterns from Burda, like a turtleneck. Maybe that's the reason, maybe for the turtleneck, because okay, it does not fit very, it is tight when I wear it to get through my head, but you can wear it again, so I have to take off my glasses, but it's not a problem. Anyway, I don't understand why there is a zipper, but from the beginning I knew that I'm not going to add a zipper. So in the back, although in the neck here there is a central seam in the turtleneck, but the back is, I cut it on the fold. And what else? Also, The design calls for an elastic band. It's cropped and it calls for an elastic band and to be very tight in the waist. It's very modern and good looking, but I was not sure that that was what I wanted, and I could not decide whether to do that. The pattern uses wide elastic and to create the gathers in the waist. So in the end, I just added a normal band like in sweaters. I cut it a separate pattern piece, and I did it like this. I cut it, I think, 20% shorter than the circumference of the sweater. And it's okay, I have been wearing it a lot, but I think that I might want to do it like the pattern has it, and to add this elastic. So I might change it in the future, but maybe not yet, but I'll see, because I'm not 100% sure that I like how it looks at the moment. So this is the Versi jumper. I didn't make any other modifications. Okay, I shortened the sleeve a little bit because I had bought the pattern for a higher height. But that's it. And the second finished object is this dress. It is a pattern by Itch to Stitch. Let me check the name of the pattern. Where is it? Undream, the Undream dress. Also a pattern that I'm using for the first time. I have seen posts from Itch to Stitch on my Instagram recommendations very often, but I just had not come to use any of those. And for this fabric, that is viscose jersey, I wanted to make a dress. I forgot the name now. You know, the crossover. I just said it before, but I cannot remember now how they are called. And I was looking for patterns, but again, because I have a bigger bust, and usually the patterns don't fit me very well in the bust. They usually tend to go like this upwards, and I know that I have to do a full bust adjustment, but I have never done that before, and I don't think I'm too lazy to make one. And so because now there are so many patterns that offer different bust sizes, I prefer to choose those one when I have the option. And so when I was trying to find a dress like this. Now my mind goes like, I cannot remember what is the name of this sort of dresses that goes crossover. Anyway, I am sure I will remember it after the video. I have finished the video. So when I was looking for such a pattern, I know that the Appleton dress from Cashmerette has cup sizes, but I wanted a different look than that, because it comes in straight, it is a straight line, and because this fabric has a lot of drape and is it has a good flow, I just wanted to have a skirt like a circle skirt or half circle skirt or something like this. And so the Appleton dress was not an option, and I found the Undream dress from Itch to Stitch, which is truly a fantastic pattern. It is exactly like the Grasser patterns, very well drafted. I forgot to mention it. Grasser patterns are also very well drafted. They have all the notches and everything matches well together, and so was for this one. It was very easy to understand what you have to do. The only thing that I didn't like, and maybe I didn't like because I'm not good at doing it, is here the neckline is finished with bias binding, and like it is very short, in the inside. I would have preferred to have a facing. Probably you cannot tell because the contrast is too high now, but when I am not wearing it, when it is here, it is like it makes some waves. It does not stay straight, but when I'm wearing it, because the body folds the garment, then you cannot tell. It looks very well. But only that I would have loved to be in a different way, that I would feel better sewing. Anyway, so the pattern comes with, one moment, because I have here, it has cup sizes, it has pockets, and it has this waistband, and there is an option to have gathers, and I have chosen gathers. And also it has a half circle skirt, which is exactly what I wanted. It has a very good size range. It comes from 0 to 40. And I made size 10 in a C cup. Yes, it comes in cups, of course. This is why I chose it. So it is very inclusive as a pattern, and I would really recommend it. It is very well drafted. Everything is perfect. So what I did different was the sleeves. This pattern comes for short sleeves, and I just lengthened and followed the line of the sleeve as it was, and added a little band here, a little sleeve band. Very easy modification to make, and in general I'm very happy with how it looks, and it feels it is not like a very posh dress. It is very good. You feel very well dressed in your daily life. I feel very well dressed in my daily life with this one. I have worn it only twice, and mainly it is because lately I'm not feeling like wearing tights and good shoes. I'm usually in my sneakers and wearing this sort, like leisure clothes, and I'm not feeling wearing tights and boots or whatever, and this is why I have not been wearing it as much as I would have worn it in the past, that I used to wear only dresses. But still, I really like it, and I like having it in my wardrobe. So that's it about my sewing projects. I have made this over the last 4 months, since December, 3 months. Now let's talk a little bit about weaving. I was not planning to talk about weaving today, but as of this week, somehow the weaving bug was back on me, and I was feeling like weaving, which I had left aside for a long time. And so if you remember if you have seen my first episode, I was showing this piece that I have been weaving for quite some time now. Mostly not weaving, mostly staying on the side, waiting for me to weave on it. But this is a project that I would like to make a bomber jacket, or a sort of jacket where it will have a woven panel on the back. I don't have any idea of what color the jacket will be, but it will be a color that will suit my weaving. And of course, if in the end, after I have finished this project, if I don't feel like I want to wear this piece, I will just hang it on the wall. So this is it. This week I did this piece here, and all of this and this. And now I'm not sure how this will end up to be, because I have not done a plan. I'm not professional at all. I'm just weaving it as it goes, and however it feels to me, like I want to make. So although at first I wanted the entire piece from this on to be like this, with different curvy shapes, then and of course my color palette are these three colors: the brick color, the orange, and this pink. And at the point when I was weaving all this brick color, I got a little bit bored of it, and so I thought to join the brick one and the orange together, and I did this shape here with both of them. And I really like how it looks on itself, but I'm not sure that I like how it looks in relation to the other colors and shapes. No, the shape doesn't bother me, the color is more that it bothers me. But I will see how I'm going to add a little bit more of this somewhere further in the design, and maybe in the end it looks well together. I have made also here, I have messed up here. I was weaving in the night, and usually after a long day, and at some point 2 days ago I was more unraveling than weaving. Like I was weaving and then made a mistake and took it back, and then again weaving it. And at the end, when I saw that I had made this mistake, I just kept with it, and I'm going to somehow add something here in the end to cover it, and I'm sure it's going to look good. So that's it. This is a very thin weave, because the fabrics that I'm using are like almost like a thread, a little bit thicker, but it's almost like a thread. You can see here it's the same yarn, and it takes a lot of time to weave. And I have set myself a challenge, and I'm posting about it. I'm going to post about it on Instagram once a week, I think, my progress. But I have made a challenge for myself to weave at least 30 minutes a day for 30 days, and today is going to be day 5 of me weaving on this piece, and it has really helped to progress. I took this idea from Sia of Sia's Bod podcast, which is a maker from Sweden. She's a knitter and also a spinner, a fantastic spinner, but she also embroiders and sews clothes over time. I really enjoy watching her episode, and she did this last year when she was making she was knitting a sweater that was not progressing as fast as she wanted. So she was she put this challenge on herself to knit at least 30 minutes a day with it. And of course you end up working more, because I have been working on this more than 30 minutes. I was like maybe 2 hours I have been weaving on this. Like for every piece it takes a lot of time. Like to weave this, it could be 2 hours of weaving to make all this one here, every section. So, but it is just like the fact that I have taken the decision to sit and weave. Then after I start it, I don't want to stop it. So, because I love weaving so much. And so it's a good way to progress on projects that have been left behind. So this is one weaving project, and I have another one. It was just I had to start, because then I cannot stop. So I had the idea to weave a plain white fabric and then to ecoprint on it. And so I have this little, this is like an old frame that I have used to weave in. And I am using yarn from, this is one of my bases that I dye for my shop, and it is a recycled wool. It is 100% recycled yarn, and 95% is wool and 5% is other fibers that are added to help with the spinning, but everything is recycled. So, and I really love this base because although it is, I would expect from recycled yarns to lose some of the properties because of all this procedure that goes into it to create from clothes, because this is made from garments. I know there are like yarns out there that they are usually recycled from yarns that are left in the industry, or the outcuts, I don't know how to say it, like not rubbish, but the ones that after the spinning procedure there are pieces left, and that these are used then to make yarn, and it's like a second category of yarn. But this one, which I would not have a problem to use, of course, I don't mind that. And but this one is made from recycling clothes from Europe, from woolen garments, and I really like this idea. It's so environmental friendly, and the yarn is also it smells like sheep. It has all the properties. It feels like rustic wool. It is not rustic, but it has the feeling when you touch it. It's like touching wool. It's not like superwash wool, for example. It has a very good feel. And so I use this wool. Everything is the wrap and the weft is wool. Is the same product, and I have molded it with alum. So after I will finish, I'm weaving one piece here, one here in the back, and also I will weave down here, because the way that I have done this is that you can weave from both sides. So let me show you. It is I have made here some cuts, and I just wrap the yarn all around it, and then I can, in this way, I can weave in both sides of it. So I'm going to make 4 pieces, and I will eco print and see how it goes. I have never eco printed in woolen fabrics, because I try to use only wool that comes from farms that do not participate in the meat industry or byproduct industry. And so you cannot find such fabrics. I have some in my stash because I have bought them from Easy Lane. That is a farm that rescues sheep, and she uses the wool from their sheep to make yarn and also to create a collection of clothes. And when I had contacted her, I had asked if she has any fabric, and she told me that she has some in her stash, so I could buy. They were like leftovers from her collections, but those are fabrics, like one is red and the other one is green, so I cannot use those for eco printing. And what else I wanted to say? And so this is the fact that this is a recycled wool. It's exactly in my ethic. It ticks all the squares and is exactly what I like. So after I finish, also I have started here the 3rd piece. After I finish the 4 of them, then this is going to be ready to eco print, and I really look forward to see how it looks, because I had never eco printed on woolen fabrics, only in cellulose, and every fiber takes eco printing like dye. It takes the dye also completely different, and I really look forward to see how this will turn out. And now that I was speaking about eco printing, let me show you a little bit of some of my eco prints on paper. I really have done so many of these, and I was thinking also if I could find, because I can use because I can use some of them. I send to my customers whenever I have an order for my Etsy shop. I will send a thank you card, and I will post also an eco-printed paper. But I really have so many that I would like maybe to find if there is an artist that does like mixed media, or I don't know who could use these papers. I could easily, if any of you is interested in doing mixed media or would like some of these eco prints, just tell me and I can send them to you. So let me show you what I'm talking about. This is with eucalyptus. I'm sorry if I don't say the name is correct. And this one is with platanus. These leaves, the platanus leaves, I took from Trichala. I talked a little bit about this in my previous episode. I was in Meteora for the New Year, and Meteora is near a city called Trichala, a town called Trichala. And when I was there, there is a river, and it has so many platanus trees. And the leaves were the biggest leaves that I have ever seen, so I gathered a lot of them. I wish I was there with the car. I would have picked a bag full of leaves. It was incredible. I really like this one. Most of these are also printed on the back, but I mostly prefer the one side that I showed you, and this one's the previous one in the back. Eucalyptus again, and this is I cannot remember, oak tree again. This one is walnut. No, it's not walnut. I don't remember the name of this tree. I found this in Trichala. I had not seen the tree again, but I googled it and I saw that it is a tree used for dyes, but I don't remember now the name of it. I'm sorry. Eucalyptus again. This is walnut. And this is from the same tree that I told you that I don't remember. A lot of oaks. In Meteora they had many oak trees. Most of the leaves were fallen in the ground. This doesn't look so well in the camera, but this is yellow. It is not white. It's quite pretty, I think. And this is with different vegetation, with different leaves that I gathered from the ground in Meteora. This card is really beautiful in reality, but I don't see it to come so. It has very many details. I had placed many leaves on it. It's not like a single leaf show in this one. And eucalyptus, again, you cannot go wrong with eucalyptus. I really like these leaves. This is eucalyptus and the other tree with the unknown name. So pretty much this is it. I really love eco printing, especially on paper, because it is easier than eco printing on fabric. Like, it takes less time. I really like this one. Oak leaves are one of my favorites. They have such a character, I think. Because eucalyptus is nice too, but I think oak are my favorite. And platanus is also good. Okay, every leaf gives a very good print. So I don't want to bore you with this. And last one. That's it. That was it for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope that you are doing well and being creative. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.